Tonight on SportsDesk, Game Day makes its way to Coral Gables. Find out how ESPN's College Game Day makes it happen every weekend across the country.
Plus, Karate Kid. Watch how one University of Miami student kicked his way into the Olympics.
And finally, Ransom Rebuild. Watch how one local high school football program tries to kickstart this season on the right foot.
All this and more.
SportsDesk starts
right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching Sports Desk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching Sports Desk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching Sports Desk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Desk. I'm Manny Nacarado.
And I'm Mia Hausman. Thank you for joining us. Manny, how about them Canes taking on UF tomorrow? How do you feel?
I mean, it's a big weekend. We got game day here, the Gators tomorrow. It's going to be a packed-out rock, whiteout game, but we can't move on to UF without focusing on USF. So the Hurricanes, they took on the South Florida Bulls over the weekend. Let's send it off to Hard Rock Stadium and take a look at those highlights. So we got Miami and the South Florida Bulls. Here's Carson Beck on the 8-yard line, surveying the field. Gets it down to a shallow cross to Joshua Moore in for the score. Canes strike first and early. Look at Beck. Already got a handshake with some of the guys on the Canes. He's making himself comfortable. Now here's Carson Beck again at around the 38-yard line and throws an absolute dart, a moonshot to Joshua Moore. He's in to the end zone for a second time on the day. Beck feeling himself early against the Bulls. Look at that celebration. And here's the handoff to Mark Fletcher right around midfield. He's going to break a tackle, make a guy miss, and he's going to run all the way and get the score. Fletcher Jr. with 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's already having a fantastic season for the Hurricanes. But here's USF. Byron Brown throws an interception to the freshman Bryson Fitzgerald right out of Columbus. Local kid already making a name for himself for the Canes. And now here's Carson Beck. Fake handoff. He can do it with his arms. He can do it with his legs. He can do it all, folks. Carson Beck with the score. Miami's going to get the win over USF 49-12, and they play the Gators tomorrow.
The Canes are hot going into their rivalry matchup tomorrow night against UF. And our In the Trenches crew is live in studio to break down how Coach Cristobal's team can come out on top. Guys?
Thanks, Mia. Welcome back to In the Trenches. I'm your host, Penelope Gilbert, joined by analyst Luca Mucciardi. The Canes are coming off another dominant win, this time over number 18 ranked USF. And Luca, the offense as a whole played a great game, but the run game really stole the show.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to just talk about the way Mark Fletcher has been running the ball. You take a look at what he was able to do last week. 16 attempts, 120 yards from scrimmage, and 2 touchdowns. That puts him to 4 total touchdowns in 3 games to start the year. It's good for 7th in the nation. And how about this? An 84.5 Pro Football Focus grade. That was the best out of any running back in the ACC last week. It's the 2nd week in a row that he led ACC backs in that statistic. He's been phenomenal in a year where a lot of Canes fans were hoping that he was going to break out.
Yeah, and looking back to last season, we've seen a world of a difference in this Canes defense under Corey Heatherman. Luca, what has the defense been doing different this year? Well,
yeah, you go from Lance Guidry to Corey Heatherman's defense, and you see the automatic switch up. Let's take a look at some of the highlights against USF. First off, I want to talk about the way they've been able to get into the backfield, and it starts with leaders like Ruben Bain, like Akeem Mesidor, that are able to get in. Here's the sack on Byron Brown. You're going to see Ruben Bain get himself into the backfield on a little short screen pass to make a tackle. And how about Bryce Fitzgerald, true freshman coming out of Columbus. He wasn't even supposed to be a starter to kick off this year. And how about back-to-back games with an interception for the young freshman? 2 turnovers a game for the Canes on average so far through their first 3 games. That's good for a top 20 statistic in the nation.
Yeah, and the Florida Gators are starting their season off with a terrible 1-2 record, and they're desperate to flip their season around. So what did the Canes have to do to beat them?
Yeah, let's take a look at Luca's looks for this week. The keys to stop the chomp. First off, it's going to be methodical movement. The Canes were able to start off well against USF. A methodical drive down the field, take the lead early, 7-0, and they never look back from there. I want to see the same thing this weekend from Carson Beck and the Canes. Next up, spread the wealth. You're going to get JoJo Trader back. Jordan Lyles should expect some increased touches in that backfield alongside Marty Brown and Mark Fletcher. Get them the ball, and then finally take the ball back. DJ Lagway had 5 picks last week against LSU. Find a way to get the ball out of his hands and back into Carson Beck's.
Well, that is all the time we have. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. Everyone's favorite Saturday morning tradition is live on campus tomorrow. College Game Day has arrived at the U, and reporter Jaden Coey is taking us behind the scenes. Jaden, what can you tell us?
Mia, I have to take a second to appreciate this set behind me because before the picks, the smoke, the swagger, it all starts behind the scene. And ESPN's College Game Day has not been in Coral Gables since 2017, but they are back now for the Sunny State Showdown between Miami and Florida. And I got to take a special look behind it all to see how the show happens. Take a look.
In Coral Gables, the energy is different this week, and that's because ESPN's College Game Day is in town. They rolled into campus on Wednesday, bringing 9 semi-trucks filled with technology and stage parts. Aside from all the equipment, an army of around 140 crew members are a part of the setup process, ready to bring Miami's campus into the bright lights of college football.
Every campus, every location is different, so part of the fun is when we get to new sites, figuring out how we're going to move all the puzzle pieces between sets and all the camera gear and create the village that is College Game Day on each campus.
And in front of the cameras, the talent is locked in with stats, storylines, and maybe a little bit of trash talk. And this week's matchup leaves no room for error with the undefeated Hurricanes and their rival University of Florida.
I mean, it's like a traveling concert. Big stage, we have multiple stages, we have a Zotron, we got speakers, we got everything. And they do a fantastic job.
I think the prep stays pretty consistent from week to week, no matter where we go, but the one thing you want to do that you do adjust is you try to immerse yourself in what makes a particular place special. And obviously with the history that Miami has here and as good as the team is this year, it's been pretty easy. We're looking forward to being here. Great storylines for both the Canes and for Florida's struggles made it a great place to be for this week.
A new environment, new campus, and changing cities and states every week. But this week, it's all about the U.
I honestly just think the Canes are going to blow out the Gators. Like, the Gators have been such a disappointment this year. The Canes have been going crazy. Like, we're winning the Natty this year.
Miami, get your rest tonight because College Game Day starts bright and early at 9 a.m. tomorrow before the Canes kick off against the Florida Gators at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Live from University of Miami campus, Jaden Cohey, UMTV. Back to you.
Thank you, Jaden. And when the Canes run through that smoke and the fans go crazy, most people would think the fandom starts and stays at Hard Rock Stadium. But for some, being a Hurricane fan means more than just the football on the field. MK Eason has the story.
Every Saturday, Canes fans pack the parking lots of Hard Rock Stadium. But unlike other schools, these fans have a special love for Miami Hurricane football.
I'm born and raised in Miami. I've been a Canes fan since elementary. I live in Texas, and I try to come as much games out here, you know, support the team, my city, you know, all about the U.
I've been a fan for 35 years, about 35 years.
I'm Papa Pump, P-A-P-A-P-U-M-P. I've been a Canes fan all my life. I represent where I stay, MIA, 305, all day.
The U is back. At least that's what fans have to say. Last season was a hard one to beat after quarterback and first-round pick Cam Ward led the team. But this season, with Georgia transfer Carson Beck at the helm, the Canes have been off to a hot start, and fans believe he is the right replacement for Ward.
I think Carson Beck's a good quarterback. He brings veteran leadership.
Hey, man, the guy has a little spark in him, so I think we're looking good, you know. I thought it was going to be tough, you know, having someone take over after Ward, but I think we find the right guy.
We usually start at the bottom, but now we're starting at the top, which is phenomenal, and I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till we see those Seminoles, you know what I'm saying?
The Canes are now 3-0 and have been pushed into the national spotlight as Miami will face the Florida Gators tomorrow at home. Miami fosters a unique community that comes from unwavering fans like Roland and Richard, who believe this could be a championship season, and they are here to stay.
Because I have faith in this team. I've been a part of this for so many years. This has been my life. All about Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. It's just my life.
Mackenzie Eason, UMTV.
Let's go! All day, baby! Canes!
Thanks, MK. Spikes, dives, and impressive strides. It's all coming your way next on the O Sports Roundup. Don't go anywhere.
like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
On the court, Canes volleyball is tearing it up. They secured their 8th straight win last night. Meanwhile, in the pool, Miami's swim and dive schedule has been released. Sarah Landau and Liam Hickey have the scoop for you on this week's O Sports Roundup. Guys?
What's up, Canes fans? Welcome back to another edition of the O Sports Roundup. I'm Liam Hickey.
And I'm Sarah Landau. After their first win back in late August, Hurricanes volleyball has not looked back. After their 3-1 victory over Coastal Carolina University last night, the team is now on an 8-game win streak. In recent player news, senior Flor Marie Heredia Colon was just named ACC Offensive Player of the Week this past Monday. The outside hitter also earned her season-high kills last night, tallying 26 for the match. Looking ahead, the team currently faces Florida Gulf Coast University as they look to continue their win streak. Liam, I heard Hurricanes soccer had a great match. Tell us more.
Miami women's soccer got back in the win column Thursday night after blanking VCU 2-0 in Richmond. Sierra Alarcon was once again the difference maker, bagging a goal and an assist. The Canes earned their 5th shutout and improved to 6-3-1 on the season, as they will now look to notch their first ACC win against Louisville on Thursday. Sarah, I hear swim season is right around the corner. Can you tell us more?
Diving into the season, Hurricanes Swim and Dive just announced their 2025-26 schedule, and they have a stacked lineup. The team kicks off their season at the Florida Gulf Coast University Invitational on October 10th in Fort Myers, and they now prepare for what looks to be a promising season. Liam, how are things on the track?
Junior Maddie Shire made history for Miami last Friday after breaking the school record for the women's 5K in cross-country season opener. Shire clocked a 17-minute and 4-second performance at the Southern Showcase to finish 12th overall, and now cross-country will return to action on September 26th for the Seminole Invite in Tallahassee.
That'll do it for the O Sports Roundup. Back to you.
Thanks, guys. Canes volleyball is on a roll this season with an 8-1 record, and our very own Sofia Maza sat down with senior libero Neilani Feliciano to talk about the season and some interesting hobbies. Sofia, take it away.
Hey Canes fans, welcome to this week's episode of Athlete of the Week. I'm Sofia Maza, and today I'm joined by senior libero on Canes volleyball, Neilani Feliciano. Hi Neilani.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So you were born in Florida, then you lived in Texas, and now you're back here in Florida. Which one feels more like home?
It's a good question. I think I would have to go Texas, just because I've spent the same amount of time in both cities, or in both states, but I haven't been in South Florida as long, just for college, but I think home is definitely in Texas.
Yeah, you're a country girl through and
For
through.
sure, through and through, country.
I've seen the media day post in the
Oh,
boots.
yeah, the boots, yep,
Right.
of course.
So I also heard that you're a baker. What's your favorite sweet treat to bake?
So I think cake isn't my favorite sweet treat, but I think I would have to say cake just because I like the fact that I get to decorate the cakes after I make them, if that makes sense. So I think that's the best part, and I would choose cakes.
And your favorite sweet treat to eat?
Might have to go with brownie. I love brownies. I'm a chocolate person. I love chocolate.
I have such a sweet tooth, so
yeah,
I'm
it's
like
so
getting
bad.
hungry
Me
right
too.
now. Okay, so now we're gonna switch over to a quick game. I'm gonna ask you a question and you say dig if you dig it or pass if you don't. Banana bread.
I think I dig banana bread. It's a half.
Okay.
It's in betweener.
Right. So it's fall right now. What about pumpkin spice lattes?
Pass. I don't like coffee.
Okay, early morning lift.
Dig it. Better than night lifts or afternoon. Get it done with.
And then long bus rides with your team.
Pass. Fly any day.
Okay, well, That's it for this week's segment of Athlete of the Week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sophia. Two of Team USA's best karate athletes are kicking down competition from right here at the University of Miami. The 1-2 punch? They're brothers. Our reporter Tucker Kinney has the story.
University of Miami student Gene Dorda and his older brother Janko are two of the United States' best karate athletes. Both on Team USA, they owe it all to each other.
We started karate young and together, so it's always been very important for us, being together, training together, pushing each other better.
I think my brother was the biggest factor of why I'm so passionate about this sport. He motivated me, he woke me up, early trainings, all that. And that was a very big reason of why I do karate, honestly.
Karate has meant more for the duo than success on the mat. It has defined them from the inside out.
So, some people think karate is just learn self-defense, but it's more than that. It's a way of life, you know, it's a philosophy of life.
I think it's pushed me to like beyond my limits just within academics as well. It's not very frowned upon from a person from Hialeah to go to the University of Miami.
Honestly, I'm here more than I am at my actual house. So to me, it's just like home. So whenever I feel like I'm not in a good mood or I'm sad, I just come here and it's like a way to disconnect from the real world.
But despite being one of the oldest sports in the world, karate has only been in the Olympics once. Introduced in the 2020 Tokyo Games, it is uncertain whether it will feature at the 2028 edition in Los Angeles.
There shouldn't even be a question about if karate should be in the Olympics or not. It's a sport like any other sport, and it takes a lot of discipline, determination, and hard work ethic.
Regardless, the Dorda brothers are proud to represent not only their country, but their culture, and they will never forget where they came from.
Because I am from Cuba, you know, I don't have that opportunity to represent my country. And then I saw them, it's like a legacy. They are part of me, you know?
It's not only about representing the country, it's also about representing our culture on that stage.
Tucker Kinney, UMTV.
Thanks, Tucker. Up next on Sports Desk, Johnny Muschin takes us behind the post to give us the latest scoop on Canes Athletics social media. This and more after the break. But first, it's time for some trivia. The Hurricanes have been playing the Gators for 87 years, but what year was the first game played between the two schools? Was it A, 1925, B, 1938, C, 1947, or D, 1955? The answer when we return.
In the society that we were brought up in, it's very hard on little black boys. You have to navigate feelings and emotions so the world don't get you.
Sometimes when I cry, I won't know how I'm feeling or why I'm crying.
I just grew up never feeling like it was okay to cry. Yeah. And so he really forced me to have to reconnect with the kid that didn't get to cry.
That's beautiful.
All right, guys, game day's on campus. You guys think you can make the kick?
No, I don't think I could. Even though I played soccer in middle school, I don't think I have the height and power.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the stadium pulse for me. I think having all those people watching me, and I've never kicked a field goal in my life. If you guessed B, 1938, you're correct. The first game between Miami and Florida was played on October 15th, 1938 in Gainesville, Florida. Miami would get the win 19-17. As tip-off for basketball season inches closer and closer, our Hurricane Hangtime crew breaks down the potential starting lineups for the men's team and talks about some new faces for the women's team. Take it away, guys.
What's up, Canes fans? Welcome back to another episode of Hurricane Hang Time on SportsDesk. I'm your host, MK Eason, and I'm here with our analysts, Tucker Kinney and Annie Watson, who are here to give you some insight on their projections for the upcoming season. Tucker, give us your starting five.
Well, MK, diving right into it, and I think Trey Donaldson is a lock at the point guard position. Coming in from Michigan, he's got the experience and he's got the skill to lead this offense and control the tempo. The number 2 is a little bit difficult, but I think Lucas will side with experience in True Washington over Dante Allen, although the freshman will get his minutes as teams become more physical throughout the year. Heading into the backcourt, and I think at the number 3, it'll be small forward Shelton Henderson, who followed Lucas from Duke and is a 5-star recruit. He needs time to establish himself as a young face of this team. Now, the last 2 positions, the power forward and center, will be filled by Malik Renau and Ernest Uday Jr., respectively, who have the size and strength to be forces on both the offensive and defensive ends of the court and make Miami a competitive team this year.
Thanks, Tucker. Now, Annie, what can you tell us about how the women's team has been developing going into the season?
Well, MK, the transfer portal was a lifeline that Trisha Kulop needed, as all of her starters and a few of her key bench players as well graduated and ran out of years of eligibility. Not to say that she's not going to take on some seniority, which she has, but also making sure that she doesn't think about the here and the now, but also this time next year. She's bringing on Jessica Peterson and Rashay Kyle for that post position from SMU and Florida, respectively, and also Amarachi Kimpson. She's coming in from UNLV in her season with the Rebels. This team was back-to-back appearances in the Mountain West Conference tournament, the first of which was a conference title, leading this team to the NCAA tournament, and finally developing that young talent in Gal Raviv. She's a sophomore from Quinnipiac and has experience at the junior level abroad back at home in Israel, so developing her alongside Simone Pellish, who will have her first season after redshirting last year, and also Nate Adams, who got some time last year as well.
Thanks, Annie. That's all we have time for on Hurricane Hang Time, but catch us next week, same time, same place, for some more Hoop Hustle.
Thanks, guys. By now, you know that College Game Day is at the U, and social media is blowing up too. Johnny Muschin has the tea on all things BTP. Johnny?
I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. My phone has been blowing up ever since Miami versus Florida tickets released. All of them saying, oh, please let me buy a ticket, Johnny, please. Unless you're going to give me $500, you can forget about it. You cannot keep me from the Rock. And you also can't keep me from another episode of Behind the Post. I'm Johnny Muschin, and I'm your host. Now, obviously, I could talk about Flor Maria Heredia-Colon being the Offensive Player of the Week, or how soccer took a big win against VCU, or how Maddie Shire broke a new record. But I want to get all of you ready for College Game Day. And to do that, we're all going to take a little trip. Welcome, everyone, to College Post Day. Now, we have some great games this weekend, and in true College Game Day fashion, I'm going to make my expert picks. First off, we got Illinois versus Indiana. We got the Illini versus the Hoosiers, or should I call them the Hoosiers? Give me Illinois. Then we got Oklahoma versus Auburn, the Battle of the South. And while I love the Tigers personally, the Sooners are going to put the home in Oklahoma. Give me red on that one. Now, the next pick is going to be the easiest one of the day. You haven't seen college football until you've seen Kent State football. Give me Kent State over Florida State, whoever they are. And finally, we got the Canes on the Gators. The Swamp versus the 305. The Gators have always been historically strong, but with Carson Beck, Malachi Toney, Mark Fletcher, Ruben Bain, CeCe Maui-Noah, it doesn't matter. The Hard Rock this Saturday will be the taming of the Gators.
This is what it looks like when deep-rooted rivals finally play a game with so much on the line. On to the races. This game's going to be exciting.
All right, folks, I got to run to set up camp for College Game Day. So I hope to see all of you there. And remember, when you see me on your screen, just know you're going to get the best from Canes social media. I'm Johnny Muschin, and I just took all of you behind the post. Back to you.
Thanks, Johnny. Still ahead, a walk-off field goal that nearly broke the record books. This and more after the break.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. how to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Friday Night Lights is in full swing here in Miami, and Luca Macciardi tells us about how one school is trying to turn things around this season. Take it away, Luca.
In South Florida, premier high school football is found almost everywhere. But for Ransom Everglades, this season marks the start of something new. From the players on the field to the signal callers on the sidelines. For sophomore transfer quarterback Matthew Guevara, a new start at Ransom is the perfect opportunity to cement his place amongst the best players in the state.
Yeah, I think it's very grateful for the opportunity they gave me. I really just got to execute and show the school what I could do, show the program what I'm capable of.
For seniors like tight end Charlie Holloman, embracing change is nothing new. Even with new head coach Johan Betancourt taking over this year, this tight-knit group of seniors are the anchors for this squad.
So we've actually had 3 new coaches in 3 years, and getting to build a relationship with all of them, it's been great. Obviously had to reset, but I feel like we've learned from that, and we've just kept getting better every year.
No one displays this veteran leadership more than team captain Jack McCarron. From his gameplay each week to the work put in off the field, he sees his role as a mentor as a privilege.
Yeah, this whole year I've kind of taken upon myself where like everything starts with me, it's got to finish with me. Right? I got to lead my boys. I love all these kids. I don't know if they see it sometimes and I'm yelling at them or something, but like these kids are all my family. I want to make sure that they're having a good time and that I leave this place, the place that I love. I've been here for 7 years of my life, and I leave it at a good place, and I leave this program better than I found it.
With 3 wins and 2 losses to start their season, this team hopes to continue on their path to success and take a program with over 50-plus years of history to new heights in their community, in their division, and in their state.
The people are finally going to know who we are. Like, they're going to know our name, and we're gonna make a name for ourselves in Miami.
For UMTV, I'm Luca Mucciardi.
Thanks, Luca. Last Sunday, the Giants and Cowboys faced off in a surprising fireworks show of a game that came down to the final moments. But with 25 seconds left, the Cowboys needed a Hail Mary to stay alive. Luckily for them, they got a kicker with a rocket for a leg. Let's take it to Jerry World for this week's Play of the Day. All right, we've got 5 seconds left in regulation. The Cowboys are down by 3, but Brandon Aubrey is going to absolutely rocket it through the uprights. That is an insane kick, 64 yards, folks. The lead record is 66. He was just off, but honestly, that's a good enough kick to get them to overtime and then to win the game 40-37. Great kick.
With College Game Day making their presence known here on campus, some of our SportsDesk team was able to get an inside look at the set and see what goes behind the scenes. So yeah, they took a bunch of us into the trucks and take a look at the set and look at that beautiful set facing Lakeside and Centennial. And take a look at Peter, Kirk Herbstreit's dog. He is a great boy. I can confirm I met him today. And those are our EPs and Ashley Friedland. And there's Penelope on the Trenches crew, all on the desk. And there's a big group photo of most of us here on SportsDesk. What an amazing day for all of us to go see what actually goes into an ESPN production. I mean, It was fantastic. It was really cool to look.
Once in a lifetime until we're working up there one day, hopefully. But it was an incredible opportunity. So grateful that we get to do that. And I'm excited. Game day's here. The energy's high. We're ready to beat UF, I think.
Absolutely. But that's all the time we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to catch us every week on Friday, same time, same place. Have a great night, everybody.